All right, it's time to get this Raptorliner on. I've got a bunch of random small holes that need to be covered over, like there. Those are for the chassis and the K-member bolts in there, so we don't want anything getting in there. So I have a Cricut and I made some things just so that they're nice and round. Not necessary, but it's actually quicker for me to just drop that in the computer than it is to try and cut some that'll fit. So I made a few different sizes. Let's see what we got. I've been masking this car for a good 2 hours, probably longer than that. It feels like forever. But I finally think I'm ready to go ahead and start spraying the Raptorliner. So what we're gonna do is spray the inside of the frame rails, like from inside the engine bay. And then I'm gonna move these flaps and spray the outer part of the inner fender wells. The reason I have this is so that when I spray, the spray doesn't go all over my nice cars and all over my nice cabinets. So fingers crossed that I do a good job. I'm gonna go ahead and suit up, put you on a time lapse and see if I can knock this out. I hear you making jokes. Bunch of weirdos. This button is what you put in the bottom of the can, and you pop this little thing and that releases the, I guess the accelerant or whatever that causes it to cure. It's a 2K spray, so it's like real automotive paint. Okay. Put on my suit. The button on here, you're not supposed to beat on it, just press it down and then, okay, so we've released that. Now I've got to shake it for 2 more minutes. I didn't do it full too. Yeah. Well, that stuff laid down amazing. I really couldn't be happier with that. I'll show you again after I peel all the masking off, but for now I need to probably go ahead and go out of the garage and let some of the fumes dissipate. I'm definitely glad I wore a mask because, woo, man, that stuff, that'll get you. And all the masking, like the floor where I had all the cardboard and the plastic was definitely worth it because that stuff kind of rains down. And if I hadn't done that, then it would have been all over my floor. You could kind of feel it with your shoes when you were moving around. So let's let this cure. It's supposed to be dry to the touch in an hour, so I'll come back in a little bit. We'll peel all the masking off and see what we got. So it's done. I am beyond excited about how good that turned out. I have a little bit of touch up to do where the paint kind of peeled in a couple places, but that's not a big deal. Really, we wanted to get these protected. You know, I fixed all that in there. You can't even tell, and that'll be covered pretty much by the plastic inner fenders. Yeah, we should throw that K-member in. So next up, I'm gonna do the K-member, hang the A-arms, and I've got my spindles ready to go on. So we're gonna have a really awesome roller, and I can't wait to get it done. So it's been almost a week since I worked on the Firebird. I've been a little under the weather since you saw the last clip with me doing the Raptorliner, but it is time to put the K-member in. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm by myself, so what I'm gonna do is I'm planning on putting it on my workbench and rolling that under the car, and then we'll put the car down and attach it that way. Let's see how it goes. All right, just a quick update. I've got everything sitting on my workbench. I've got everything lined up, ready to bolt in. My plan is just to raise the front of that cross member up off the box there. It needs to go up about 2 inches so that those bolts can start. I'm gonna just mock everything up. The rear bolts are kind of crusty. I need to sandblast those and paint them. So I've got them in there for now, but I'm gonna go ahead and set everything in place. And those are the upper spring perches, and those are required if you're running the factory style spring, not coilovers, which I don't like coilovers on 3rd gens because that strut top there isn't the strongest thing ever. So let's go ahead and raise the front of this up a little bit. I'm gonna find a small box. I think I see one over there that I can shim to move that up, and then we'll get the bolts in. Shove some tape down in here so that the bolt doesn't go all the way down inside the socket, because it'll grab once I push it up there, but it wasn't wanting to start. Yes! We're in. Nothing snug. Just barely started. That's all I want, is to get it to hold in there, then I can tighten everything. It's in! I know it's a minor detail, but these are the rear crossmember bolts that came out of the car, and on the BMR crossmember, I actually reused them. They're kind of crusty, and I spent a lot of time cleaning this up, so I'm gonna go ahead and wire wheel these and put a little paint on them. Nobody's really gonna see it, but I'll know it's there and you guys will know it's there, so figure why not make it look nice. I still know what you're thinking. This Krylon Fusion paint's pretty awesome. It'll dry to a satin finish. That's all we want. We just want the bolts protected. I just installed the K-member and torqued all 6 bolts to the factory spec. I found that online. Hope it's good. I put some anti-seize on the bolts, so we shouldn't have any problem if I ever need to remove that. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and put the A-arms in. I got some super lube. I know what you're thinking, don't say it. That's for the urethane bushings in the A-arms so that they don't squeak. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt those in. Then got our spindles that we've already modified for the CTS V brakes. And I've got the strut hats that need to go on from Founders Performance. And I've got new struts. They're not great struts. They're just stuff I need to get the car rolling again. We're gonna go ahead and put all that in, and hopefully I'll get this car rolling really soon.